Welcome to Exam Math Keys. This is Course 1, Lesson 6. The title of this lesson is Fractional Indices Made Easy. Roots and powers combined clearly. Fractional powers scare many students. They see something like they see something like 16 raised to power half, and they freeze. But what if I told you fractional indices are just roots in disguise? Note always that fractional indices equal to roots. Fractional indices equal to roots. Now let's start with some sort of logical pattern. Let's consider let's start with some logical pattern. Let's consider x raised to power 2 equal to 9. What number squared gives 9? The answer is 3. This is x equal to 3. Therefore, this means that x is equal to 9 raised to power 2, power half. That means the power half means square root. That is to say that a raised to power half is equal to square root of a. Now let's generalize the pattern. Let's generalize the pattern. Consider a raised to power 1 over 3. What does 1 over 3 mean? It means cube root. So, a raised to power 1 over 3 is equal to cube root of a. Therefore, the general rule is a raised to power 1 over n is equal to the nth root of a. Note clearly that the denominator tells you the root. The denominator tells you what the root is going to be. I would like you to underline denominator. It tells you what the root is going to be. Now let's move to the form m over n. Let's move to the form m over n. Let's consider this. A raised to power 3 over 2. Let's break this apart. This could mean a raised to power 3 multiplied by half, or a raised to power half raised to power 3. Any of that will always work. This will mean a raised to power 3, the square root of it, or the square root of a raised to power 3. Take note, the denominator tells you what the root is going to be, and the numerator tells you what the power will be. Like in this example, the denominator 2 tells us what the root is going to be, while the numerator 3 tells us what the power will be. Let's consider some numeric examples. Example 1. Example 1. Sixteen raised to power half is equal to the square root of 16, which is 4. Example 2. (27) raised to power 1 over 3 means the cube root of 27, which is 3. Example number 3. Eight raised to power 2 over 3. The first step is, this is equal to 8 raised to power 2 multiplied by 1 over 3. This is the cube root of 8 raised to power 2, which is the cube root of 64, which is 4. Now let's follow the reverse, the other, as a root, the other way to solve this. 8 raised to power 2 over 3 could also mean, let me put or, 8 raised to power 1 over 3 raised to power 2. This is equal to the cube root of 8 raised to power 2, which is 2 raised to power 2, which is 4. So whichever way you follow, you get the same answer. So take note, root first, then power, or power first, then root. Both of them will work. Now let's quickly combine this with negative indices. Combination with negative indices. Consider this. Permit me to use e.g. for example. 16 raised to power minus half. This, the first thing to do is to apply negative rule. So you have 1 over 16. That's the application of the negative rule. This is 1 over the square root of 16, which is 1 over 4. When you see a negative fractional index, apply negative rule first. Okay. The negative rule first. Now consider this example also. X raised to power 3 over 4. This means x raised to power 3 multiplied by 1 over 4, which is the 4th root of x raised to power 3. Also consider a raised to power 5 over 2 will mean the square root of a raised to power 5. So, denominator will determine the root and the numerator will determine the power. Try the following. Try these. Number 1, 25 raised to power half. Number 2, 64 raised to power 2 over 3. Number 3, 9 raised to power minus 1 over 2. You can pause the video and try that. Now let's do that, work that together. The first one, the answer is square root of 25, which is 5. The second one is the cube root of 64 raised to power 2, which is the cube root of 64 is 4 raised to power 2, that is 16. And the third one is 1 over 9 raised to power half, which is 1 over 3. Let's summarize. Let us summarize. Today in this lesson, we have learned that denominator determines the root. Numerator determines the power. And negative indices means reciprocal. Fractional indices are simply roots written in power form. I would like you to comment roots in our comment section if this makes sense. Now, this is exam math quiz where we solve faster and think smarter.